I've loved Kangaroo Island all my life. It lies just off the South Australian coast, far from the hustle of the world. Mum often took me for long drives across the island, and she'd always remind me to keep an eye out for wildlife along the roads. Back then, I didn't understand how difficult their lives were, with what little bush we'd left them. With time though, I came to understand the impact we've had on this place. The island can be a place of danger, but also one of warmth. The longer I've lived here, the more I've learnt about their worlds, the ones we speed past every day. Summer is my favourite time of the year. It's warm and dry, and these are the perfect conditions for the island's only monitor. The Rosenberg's goanna. Once widespread, their numbers have now dwindled. They're now scarce. But this male wants to do his bit for his species. Goannas spend most of the year alone, so sights like this are rare. Paired up in this female's burrow for the mating season, the male will now spend the next 2 weeks here. But sometimes, restless, he will leave for an hour or two, looking for a chance encounter. This restlessness means he is in constant danger. This female senses the approaching male. He knows just how important first impressions can be. But this female's seen it all. She's not impressed. Not deterred, he spreads more of his scent around her burrow. It's time to make a decision. She's not interested. Rejected, the male decides to try his luck elsewhere. Nearing another burrow, he uses a more direct approach. This time he receives a much warmer welcome. And together, the age-old ceremony can begin. The survival of the Rosenberg's goanna depends on moments like these. For the male, it's now time to return to his pair, as the mating season's only just begun. The clearing of the bush for farmland has been devastating for our wildlife. Many have to rely on what's left for food and shelter. The Kangaroo Island kangaroo. I've been watching this mob for some time now. Most days, native bush gives them everything they need. Paddocks, on the other hand, provide easy tucker. But competing with livestock is a dangerous game. And those tempted by easy pasture risk everything. Those who remain in the roadside bush aren't much safer. This four-wheel drive is more dangerous than any other predator on the island. It's big, powerful, and its victims rarely survive. Others aren't so lucky. Thousands of lives get cut short each year. One more life lost. Our male goanna never made it home. For the female goannas, a death so early in the breeding season is not a good sign. Death brings life. Our natural world adapts. A cheap meal is hot property, and the island's smartest are quick on the scene. Australian ravens and little ravens band together, and they're nature's way of cleaning up the roads. The young must wait their turn But if they get too cheeky, they're quickly reminded who's boss. Feeding here is dangerous, but ravens know the roads well. And avoiding traffic is as easy as eating possum pie. Mum and I used to drive along this beach looking for places to swim. And nowadays this beach is still popular. But summer traffic makes life difficult for one of the island's most vulnerable birds. The hooded plover. This mother is one of only 2,000 left in the world, and one of only 200 here on the island. Protecting her nest is her major challenge. She must guard them against all sorts of threats. She must be ready for all kinds of danger. Plover eggs are tastier than leftover fish and chips. But finding them is no easy feat. And this featherweight is no pushover. Job done. Defending the nest is all in a day's work, but fortunately she doesn't have to do it alone. Because hooded plovers take a partner for life. Close to the shore, this vehicle doesn't pose too much of a threat. But things can change very quickly. Today they have escaped the worst. But the coming month will be full of risk and uncertainty as they wait anxiously for their eggs to hatch. I've been keeping my eye on the female goannas, and one of them is heavily pregnant. The Rosenberg's goanna lays its eggs in termite mounds, and they rely on the termites to seal the eggs in and protect them over the winter. Digging through the tough outer layer to get to the chamber usually takes a day or two. It's hard work, and uninvited visitors are never welcome. Meat ants. A swarm of meat ants can destroy a mound from the inside out. Hungry for termites, not even a goanna is going to stop them from getting what they want. It's too late to find another mound, so she must soldier on. Finally, it gets too much. The ants force her to retreat, and she'll have to wait the night out. The Australian summer brings extreme heat. In the soft sand, temperatures can reach over 60 degrees Celsius. And for hooded plovers, protecting their eggs is their highest priority. Constant threats make hooded plovers anxious. Although their eggs have a natural camouflage, parents divert attention from them by sitting in various spots near the nest. When danger gets too close, the plovers evacuate. But less time on the nest means more exposure to the sun's fury. Sometimes things settle down. And when they do, the plover heads back to the nest to check on the eggs. They're extremely hot. So he gives them the only thing he has to offer: shade. I've been worried for our goanna. The meat ant activity has died down, but the natural world has dealt her yet another blow. 3 days have passed, and she's been forced to dig a new hole. The first one proved too tough. Fatigue has set in, and time is running out. This is her last chance to get in. soft, crumbly shards of the inner chamber go flying. She's broken through. It's now or never. She needs just enough room to turn around. She enters a trance. For the next 4 hours, she'll be oblivious to the outside world. She's laid 12 eggs, and it's taken all her strength. She won't do this again for another 2 years. She's done her best, but the eggs aren't safe yet. A few marauding ants remind her of the threat posed to the termites. But for now, all she can do is cover her tracks and find a quiet place to recover. Our goanna's concerns were well founded. With only a few termites around to cover them up, her eggs won't survive. But sometimes termites need just a little more time. With extensive tunnels underground, reinforcements have arrived. The termites have sealed the eggs in. Over the next 9 months, they'll provide the eggs and hatchlings with everything they need. Our animals on Kangaroo Island live life on the edge. As we speed along our roads, often just looking forward, we rarely see how tough or how remarkable our natural world can be. And just as Mum did, I find myself telling my son to look for wild animals. He doesn't need to know the struggles of our natural world yet, but I hope he's starting to see how beautiful and how extraordinary life can be.